Hi there, Loy from loymachedo.com and whoisloymachedo.com. The date today is 6th of December 2014, Saturday. It's 10:47 in the morning. Alright, today I just want to bring up this topic which has been kind of bothering me for some time. I'm a member of a lot of groups which I've created. I'll give you an idea. On Facebook, for example, I created this group for students, but then people just kept adding themselves up. So I have an A+ student group that is 10,477. On Mastermind group, I have 16,382. On my Facebook like page, I have something around 113,568 likes. On Instagram, I have 21,000 followers. Now, initially, yes, I'll be honest with you, I did pay for getting members, because obviously I had zero. But now eventually they're picked up and I don't need to pay any money, so people are just coming in. Now what happens is I tend to meet a lot of people. I tend to chat with a lot of women, and it's kind of nice. I find women very intriguing. I love to see what turns them on, what puts them off. I love to study them. I love to have conversations. I think women are really deep. They're mysterious in more ways than you can know. Now, today's video I'm going to speak predominantly on Filipinas. Now, these are some common generalizations which I'd like to give you. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Now, most of the Filipinas which I've noticed here in the Middle East here in Dubai, because I've been in Dubai for 36 years, most of them are very hardworking. They come here from a salary range of $200 to, let's say, roughly around $3,000, that range. They're very hardworking, they're very loyal, they're very faithful. Majority of them are single mothers. Majority. I don't know why is it that they are single mothers, or what is happening with their marriage life, or why is it that Filipino men can't commit, but majority are single mothers. They give stories from having abusive husbands to, the husband didn't want anything got to do, and most of them are not married. So they have children, and they really love their children. They really take care of them, and most of their children are back home. So, and their figures, I mean, even though they have 2 or 3 children, they still maintain their figures really well. Another thing which I've noticed with Filipinas is they're really very presentable. They always smell good. They always look good. Grooming is very high on their list. Okay. Now these are on the plus side. On the drawback, I would say that they don't like to take leadership challenging roles. Not all, I'm not saying all, majority of them. They like jobs which are repetitive in nature, where they don't have to think much, but rather they just have to, keep repeating the process. They don't want to take up jobs where you work longer hours in the office. They like to, work and go back home, and they don't want too much of stress. They don't like to play politics. They are exceptionally good followers. Okay. But this is one trend which I've noticed lately. Most of these Filipino women, they really keep themselves fit. They really work hard to get into sports. But this is what I've noticed now. There are a lot of these women who, if not a lot, a few of them, who somehow, I've been chatting up with them, and they always, I'll give you an example. They, when they start talking to me, they are like very fascinated with my tattoos. They want to get to know what I like, don't like. They have these intellectual conversations, and they say, okay, what do you do? What do you work as? What is your opinion on this, that, so many other things. But then it comes down to, so where are you from? And, I like to drag this question, and I tell them, where do you think I'm from? So they go, oh, you're Australian, you're Kiwi, you're American, you're British. I even got weird ones, you're from France, you're from Europe. Okay. Finally, when I keep saying, no, I keep chatting. I'm not speaking to them on the phone. Finally, they say, so where are you from? And, the minute I tell them that I'm an Indian passport holder, I can literally feel the blood drain from their faces, from their fingers. All of a sudden, that chat no longer becomes exciting. It no longer becomes like, wow, it becomes kind of boring. It becomes silent. And all of a sudden, I notice that they're not very interested to speak to someone who's Indian. I've tried this. I've tried telling them, oh, I'm from Britain. I have a British passport. I have an American passport. Oh, they love to talk. But when I tell them I'm from India, or I'm an Indian passport holder, they really don't like. Now, I kind of started wondering why. And after speaking to a lot of Filipino women, what I realized is this is actually the feedback I received, okay? It seems, see, because in Philippines, the economy is very challenging. It's a very hard life. You work a lot, you pay taxes, and you don't get, so many benefits. So many of them migrate overseas, okay? And they migrate overseas. There are a few of them who have the intellectual capacity and the qualifications to get a green card, to get an American or British or European citizenship. But there are many who don't have education, who don't have the finances, don't have the means to get this. So what they do is they focus on getting a husband who has a British, American or European passport. And here in Dubai, what I've noticed is these females take a lot of pride in saying, oh, this is my boyfriend, he's from UK, he's from America. They kind of feel that their value has gone so much more higher because they have a foreigner who's a boyfriend. They flaunt them, they show them off. And I used to think why, but then I realized that, after speaking to these women, they kind of make it point blank that they're looking for security, they're looking for someone to give them a future for them, their family, for their children, and that's why they're doing this. They're not doing it out of contempt, okay? They don't want more complications than there are. But here, this is what I'm thinking. Now, when you speak to these women, they talk about love, they talk about character, they talk about, I'm looking for a good-hearted man, I'm looking for a nice man, I'm looking for someone who loves me, who I am, and all that. But their actual agenda is, the guy should qualify based on his passport, should be qualified based on the features first, and then the rest of the things. But then, look at it from the point of view of how a man looks at you. The man will look at you as, you yourself, you're not a foreigner. You come from a third world country. You are, if, I'm allowed to sound rude, you're like a second-hand product because you have kids, So you're not fresh. You're not like the untouched virgin territory. You're just a pretty face like everyone else. So what's the big deal? I mean, then if a man starts thinking like this, don't you get offended? So don't you think it's offensive at the same time that you judge someone or you qualify someone based on these criteria? So I don't know. I'm still kind of confused whether it's a racist issue or is it preferential, or how do you judge this? Because if you actually look at it, now, for example, me, I like the slim women. I don't like fat women. Okay, so does that make me like sexist? That I judge a woman based on how she appears. And let's say I prefer women who are light-skinned or slightly dark, but not very black. I've never been turned on by an African woman, okay? Not that they're not beautiful, there are a lot of them who are beautiful. Just my preference, I'm saying. So does that make me racist? So I'm just kind of confused because I see this trend happening a lot. And now, as I speak to them more and more, I kind of realize that this is what actually they're looking for. So now, how do you judge them? Do you say that they're gold diggers? Or do you say that they are women who know what they want? Or do you say that they are making this choice so that they don't, regret later? Me, for one, I just feel that all is fair in love and war. If you know what you want and you're going towards it, great. That's important. However, camouflaging something and bullshitting instead of being upfront about it, I think that's stupid. And I especially hate when you are judged based on the passport that you hold, that if you hold this passport, oh wow, I find it nice. I feel that may be a little bit of gold digging. So anyway, Loy from loymachedo.com and whoisloymachedo.com giving you his views on this trend that seems to be happening with Filipino women. I don't know, is it just them or is it all other nationalities? Let's see. Let me know what you think. Loy from loymachedo.com and whoisloymachedo.com saying goodbye for now. Let me know your views. Bye.